ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another One Piece manga review. This is a different view because we're using a different platform because Zoom fucked us. If you're listening to Bros Who Binge, or if you listen to the Bros Who Think podcast and you're like, damn, they put out a One Piece episode, didn't put out new Bros Who Think podcast, it's because Zoom fucked us. Literally had an amazing episode recorded, and all of that, literally go to convert, the fucking thing doesn't convert. I updated, it was like, all right, maybe it'll work for Bros Who Binge. Same thing, didn't fucking convert. Fuck Zoom. I'm calling the support, and if they don't fucking fix it, I'm out of there. We're done. But for those watching, that may be good because then I've been considering it for a while, just to say on this platform. When we record, I was considering making it a live stream, and then when the live stream's over, we put the video and podcast on YouTube. So I think it would help really much so this show in particular if when we record it's live stream, so it's like we can maybe even read the chapter live. It's something that I'm going to consider all this week, getting ready for the next, since we're on break, until the next chapter. So we will definitely be working things out. But if we start live streaming, it'll be on YouTube, Twitter, it'll be on Twitch maybe. I got to see. I don't know if that program, I'm sure it does. But without further ado, let's get into it. We're here reviewing One Piece chapter 1121. Got to start off this week, Verson. How you doing, my brother?
I've been having a high fever the last couple of days because your boy got the vid. They tried to take me out, just like Joe Spiden. But, here we are. I pulled through, and I came out of my fever like Cade with visions of the future. We got this.
I'm glad you're doing okay. Glad you and your partner are doing okay, because I know if COVID is with you, your partner may have it as well. So
they gave it to me, man.
Well, I didn't want to I wasn't going to say their business until, you know what I'm saying? I'm not their partner, so I was waiting until, if not, I was going to frame it that way.
I never believed in magic until I saw my dog turn into a snake.
Hey, look, I got one of them phrases. Because it has nothing to do with that, but I think it's the best thing on TikTok right now. Like that lady who is from India, who's part of the Sikh religion, who gave her prayer literally the day after, like Republican senators' house, Republicans in general, just sending her hate messages like, "This is not the party we signed up for. Get this shit out of here." And there's this black lady every time the Republicans turn on, or anybody turns on anybody, she goes, I never thought the leopards would eat my face. Oh, I never thought the leopards would eat my face. And legit, that is the best thing on TikTok right now. Because I literally, right before we started, I saw the one where Amber Rose, everybody was like, we hired a porn star to give a speech at the RNC. And she was like, these are my people. And it was like, I never thought the leopards would eat my face, dumbass Amber Rose. But I figured out, and this I should be saving this for Bros Who Think podcast, but I'm thinking about it. I'm going to say it now. Jazz, the reason why she's doing all this is because her crypto coin was a scam, and she's about to go to jail. She's trying to get the Kodak pardon.
Yeah.
I forgot who it was. It might have been Wiz Khalifa's mama, but Wiz Khalifa mama kept telling him about Amber Rose. I don't know.
It was Jocelyn. You're thinking of Jocelyn. Jocelyn on that reality TV show said, just because you're mixed, you don't want to acknowledge your blackness. She said, I know what it is. You just want to be a white girl. And Amber Rose, she might have been spot on, but Amber's definitely doing this to get pardoned from Donald Trump. But that's it. I'm sorry. Politic talk over. I'm sorry. If you're not from the U.S., you just know the fact that we did that just now shows you how fucked up U.S. politics are, because we had no choice but to talk about it. But this is a One Piece review. Glad version your
it all kind of coincides, a little bit.
Well, let me not say glad version you're doing okay, because you are sick, so hopefully we're gonna send our prayers to you so you feel better by the next video we do. Also join us, we got Jazz. How you doing, brother?
I can't complain. Everything's been pretty okay. Haven't been getting a lot of sleep, but I have been working out, trying to eat right.
I like that. And also I'm back on the diet and working out from the beach. Had to get back on it because when I got back from the beach, me and Curse was slacking. But we are back. Also, I'm a Costco member now. Costco, bro, that shit is crazy. Me and Curse went halfsies on a membership. We were like, let's just get stuff from Costco. It's cheaper. It's not Aldi cheap, but it's cheaper than everything else, and I can get it in bulk. especially for like the health stuff we're trying to do. So I feel you on that. I'm rocking with Costco out here in these streets. But glad everybody's doing well. With that being said, if you are new, the way that we do this is we do a brief summary of the chapter. I just run through and tell you what happened in the chapter, and then we deep dive parts of the chapter that we think are important and have discussions, do theories, the whole 9 yards. So without further ado, let's jump into it. And boy, this cover spread, we'll talk about it in a little bit, but Nami was looking good, my boy. Next, we have the cover spread. We jump right in. We see Saturn, and like we discussed last week, I got to give Verson credit. Verson ended up being right. We knew Saturn had to get off of the boat for them to continue. I thought it would have been Kuma, but like Verson said, no. It's Bonney's story. Bonney needs to save him, and that is what happened. Luffy even told Bonney to step up. This is your bully. You need to defeat this bully yourself. And basically, Luffy does help her, but Luffy and her defeat Saturn, and it's a glorious double page spread. We see all of his body disintegrating. But before the disintegration, we continue Vegapunk's message. We see Shirahoshi, we see Vivi, and basically he's telling him that the war is continuing because these weapons are out there. And when he's talking about the weapons, we then get a look at the Buccaneer, and he talks about the different races, how the government's trying to get rid of them. We see the Buccaneer and Kuma. We see Whitebeard and Marco talking about the Lunarians. Therefore, we then see King. We see the Third Eye Tribe, because the Lunarians and the Third Eye Tribe are various races that are important that the world government don't want around. After Saturn is defeated, we do see a picture of Caesar and Judge discussing, arguing, showing that Neomads is working right now while this stuff is going on. We then also see, I'm blanking on his name, but the guy from Water 7 who is Frankie's best friend. Iceberg. Yeah, we do get a look at Iceberg because that's when Vegapunk was talking about the world being sunk. But the Sunny is coming down after Saturn gets defeated. The Sunny's coming down and joining with the gang so they can get out of there. Vegapunk then finishes his message basically with saying the closest people to the truth were the Roger Pirates. Again, throwing shots at the Roger Pirates, but he kind of pulls back because he was like, wait, maybe Gold Roger wanted this to happen because he knew he couldn't do anything, so he was setting it up so someone could do something. We then get a look at Rayleigh drunk, passed out because Rayleigh, all this shit happened. We see Blackbeard's not on Pirate Island, which is very interesting for what we'll discuss in a second. We then see Shanks is drunk as well on his ship. We then see a shot across Guild where Buggy's talking, doing his thing, and the two real captains are out there just looking at this sound shit.
Damn, on the last page.
We're gonna talk about it. I was waiting for it. We're gonna talk because I already got a thing for that. We didn't see the Marines because Vegapunk's like, we need to go after the One Piece. The Marines are like, oh, we'll go get it too, which is very interesting. And then Vegapunk's message we don't know if it's over. It may be continuing, but he goes, the fate of the world will be decided by whoever finds it. It depends on who finds the One Piece. We then get a shot at all of the major players: Shanks, Luffy, Blackbeard, Buggy, Akainu, Dragon, some unknown character, Emu, Kobe, Kuzan, Figurlin Garling, and Sabo. All right, fellas, where do we want to be? I think, honestly, this chapter is two things. I think it's the ending, and then I think it's Bonnie doing her thing, with Saturn. We'll talk about Buggy last, because I have a whole thing for that. We got to give Bonnie her props, but real quick, boy, when I opened this thing, I wasn't even... Curse knew when I was looking at it. She saw me looking at it. She was like, you like them big-ass feet, huh? Man, Nami's feet was looking good in that picture. I wasn't even concerned with the titties. I know that's what y'all were looking at.
Nah, the first thing you're looking for is feet, brother. Nah.
I feel like I've suddenly been put in an unseasoned situation.
It was big. I wanted to see them souls, my boy.
I didn't know that. We got him. Look, I was just happy Frankie has his pompadour, right?
Y'all was the titties, don't lie. I know y'all were.
No, but I mean, legit, I'm really happy Frankie has his pompadour.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, I knew Oda was going to draw some good-ass titties. That's not unexpected.
There's also a fruit. There's also a devil fruit behind Frankie as well.
Interesting. And it's the dragon fruit, too. It looks like, at least.
Well, is it a devil fruit or is it just a melon, though?
I'm going to go with it.
I don't know. I like the fact
it is shaded blue.
It looks like the dragon fruit, bro. It looks like Kaido's fruit.
Because there's other fruits on this page, but they don't look like that.
Yeah,
that's why I said I was like, I don't know. Could be some, could be not.
none of them have though that like specific melon look that you see like only in Japan. That, to be honest, I'm not even sure if it's real.
I hope it's the Monet Devil Fruit. I still have hopes that the Monet Devil Fruit is on the Sunny.
On the Sunny somewhere.
And whenever they get some downtime, maybe Nami should eat that and become a snow controller with Zeus. Oh, she would kick ass. But look, I agree. Person, the best. That is the best Frankie hairstyle, the pompadour. But shout out to Oda for giving us the glorious toes of Nami.
I was with you until you decided to co-sign it. I can't co-sign it no more. Everyone looked great. I'm just happy everyone's here.
Oda drew that for the 10 One Piece fans that like feet.
It's definitely not 10.
It's more than 10. I know. It's way more than 10.
It's at least.
Why y'all be hating on foot fetish people? See, I'm not crazy about it.
I don't hate on them at all. It's just weird that I've suddenly been put on a call with something I didn't know about before.
Oh, you didn't know that? I thought you didn't.
Oh, wait, you didn't know?
Yeah,
no.
Yeah.
That's why I'm starting.
No, because we be talking about it on the podcast. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah, you have. Yeah, person hasn't been introduced to that.
I'll just let you know, I'm 100% a foot fetish guy, but I'm not one of those foot fetish guys that's like, oh, walk on my face. No. I'm not one of those foot fetish guys. I just like some feet. I like the soles. I'm not necessarily a fan of the toes. Something about the soles of feet just gets me. It's not. What's up?
Last week when I went to your house, I had my fingernails painted, my dog's out, and everything.
I don't look at my.
All right.
Feet.
Just making sure.
Honestly, I think
next time I'll wear socks.
He had to make sure. He was like,
men's feet are the grossest thing in America. Like I think men's feet is. I can't look at a man's feet, but women's feet, they're a work of art.
I've met some women who have some hooves, but that's not.
I judge them, and I'm like, damn, bitch, take care of your feet.
Well, I don't judge them. It's just like it doesn't like it's not a whole thing, but I'm just like, wow, somebody really needs to like.
I'm gonna say no.
Help that out.
I'm not gonna say no names about them on the pod, but they have said this in public. Y'all met a girl. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all met a girl that came to my house while we was playing D&D that has ugly feet, and she told me and Curse about it, and I was like, ugh, them feet nasty.
Anyway, I just want to say this to everyone. You know, I think you're all valuable people, regardless on your foot quality, whatever Lynn may feel. Anyways, let's talk about how I was right.
It's not the sole of your foot that matters.
Inside.
It's the heart that's in your foot. You know,
the soul of your heart.
Inside. I'm not judging.
Jazz, did you just fungal a soul line? What the fuck, bro?
I did.
It's not about your soul. I
was gonna say a sound soul dwells between a sound foot, like Soul Eater.
I just don't think you look as good if you got ugly feet. That's all. Not judging you.
All right. Anyway,
but I digress. All right.
So I was right.
Props. Yeah, you was right. Bonney took out Saturn. It was badass, but it raises the question of what we talked about yesterday. Because if you look at last review, if you look at the panel, they really didn't get his chest and his head, and they basically beat him to where he's like disintegrating, but there's part of him. I think he's gonna regen. I don't think they hit the core. That's what I was gonna ask y'all. It's either they didn't hit the core, or it's like you said, Verson, and they have to contain him type shit.
Well, I think they just threw his ass in the ocean for now, and him or his little friends are gonna have to go pick him up. Because whatever their powers are, I assume they still have the universal water weakness.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, what you about to say, Jazz?
Nah, no. Yeah, I'll go because I just really want to slander Saturn. This nigga sucks.
I mean, look, I told y'all when we first started this they represent the trope that we've seen throughout One Piece, where if there's a god, they have their minions, and always the first minion that we see is the weakest. It happened with Inaru and that big bouncy. I assume that was a man, but he did have lady hair, so I'll say that big bouncy person. They got destroyed, and then Virgo got destroyed. Like, and maybe Saturn, like Verse was saying, because he falls in the water, they might not get him out, and he may back even.
See, the thing about that is, though, Lynn, first of all, none of them had the backstory Saturn does. Saturn's the only one of the celestial dragons who still has a worthwhile backstory, let alone one of the elders.
Yeah, it is, but it's tied.
Hold on, and let me finish. And I will say this, though, like, on top of that, I don't know, like he kept coming and coming and coming. The man is hate personified, you know. He gets knocked down, but he gets up again. And we were saying that, but that was whenever we thought the other ones were going to do a lot. And besides for, you know, our homie Samurai Gandhi, you know, sorry, Ethan.
Yeah.
Besides for Ethan.
Show Ethan
like,
some respect.
You know, who else is really doing anything? And also Ethan.
But see, I think it's because it's not their time yet. I think it's because this arc is very Bonney and after this. I think we're gonna learn a lot of shit about them after this. I think it's just because it's Bonney and Kuma's like shit right now with Vegapunk, Saturn had to be at the forefront. But to like you said,
I feel like Saturn just hates Buccaneers, so like this is why it's so, like like I mean I think they're all racist.
Yeah, true. He just might hate this. This might be the race that he hates particularly the most. Ethan may hate long legs, like Jupiter may hate three-eyed tribe. Mercury might have been the guy leading the Lunarian genocide, so like we could definitely see. But Saturn, if he does fall in the water, to Versa's point, he might not get out because of this, but I'm still interested. Is it a core? Do they have to seal him away? Or, like our guy Pharaoh suggested in our Discord, you can join, link in the description of this video. We talk about One Piece chapters right when they come out. Pharaoh suggested, what if they're, and we talked about this, we just didn't like stay with it, but we definitely mentioned this, where what if they're creations of Eem to where they only die when you destroy Eem, like we said with the red line. I could see that being a case as well.
Yeah, like Eem's a phylactery, basically.
Yeah.
And they're just like, you know, like wraiths that spiraled off.
Eem is like Momo from My Hero times 20. How Momo makes things out of her body and they stay as long as she lets them.
You know what? I think that I'm a little bit off of that, just a little bit, just because of the one thing. I don't necessarily dislike that, but I don't know why we would bother to give Saturn as much of a backstory if it turns out, oh, that's just a facet of Eem, by the way.
I mean, look.
Then why is the beef so goddamn personal?
You can give each of them, like, they could all have free, and, like, it could be a kind of, like, a mirror to Vegapunk to where...
I mean, yeah, I see Vegapunk. Why the fuck would Eem do it?
I mean, maybe because you don't have a choice. Maybe, like, it's like, these are the ones, you know, like, when he made them, or when they made them, they just came out and they had free will, similar to, like, fucking the homies that Big Mom makes. Like, Eem had no choice type shit, and they just have free will. But I'm with you. I don't necessarily think it's that either. I think if anything is a creation of Eem, it's the red line. Like, I don't see it as the Goro say. I'm still on what we said, where you're going to have to destroy the core, or you're going to have to energy containment wave them. I think it's going to be one of those two. Yeah, I don't necessarily think they're being Eem.
Ever since the Gorosei got introduced, I kind of view them as the upper moons from Demon Slayer, to where it's like, I think, it's kind of like they were people before, but like, you know, now they're, well, demons. So
they've been so not people for so long, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think they're people that can be redeemed, though.
Oh, fuck
you know,
absolutely.
Like,
they're like Upper Moon 1. They're all going down.
They gave us a few celestial dragons who were not total shit. I think specifically, so we wouldn't have to worry about any of the highest tiers.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's so that we know that maybe, and I think the fact that they showed the God Knights being these even just as evil celestial dragons that can kill other celestial dragons, I think they're going with the idea of, and I think the fact that we got Doflamingo's family even ties into this, that not all celestial dragons are evil, and maybe some of them are prisoners, quote unquote, heavy quotes, of the Gorosei and of these God Knights. So, you know, maybe they can't leave type shit. I think we're going to see, if we're going to redeem any of Celestial Dragons, it's going to be those inside the, not the Gorosei or the God Knights type shit.
Can I speak on that for 2 seconds?
Oh, I know you don't want them redeemed. Go ahead.
No. It's not so much that, actually. It's very Marxist in that way, where it's like the confines of capitalism and the way that the world is structured imprisons and forces the hands of the people in it as well. I don't like rich people, and I certainly don't like billionaires, and I don't cry over them, but they are also just functioning as a cog in the machine of capitalism. It's why it's a system-wide problem. It's why certain acts of political violence and other actions that you think you can take against one person don't really matter as much, because if it's, say, a CEO of a boardroom or whatever, unless you restructure them from the top down, they'll just put a new suit in who will do exactly the same way. Because it's not necessarily about individual morality like it is with Celestial Dragons. They've been raised in a culture all of one way their entire life. And don't get me wrong, they still benefit from it and take glee in the suffering of others, so that's personal and that's fucked. But, like, they've also only ever known one way. I do think, and Marcy even says this, there's a way to rehabilitate them, or to even give them an island off somewhere else where they can do whatever the fuck they want and be alone somewhere. The problem, though, is whenever their pleasure comes at the pain of the entire world, as we see in One Piece. Mm-hmm. So I don't hate that. You know,
and so, I think some of them will be redeemed, some of them won't. Like Charlotte, and to the last point you just said, that's Charlotte's. Like he uses his ability and his status to hurt others, and it gives him pleasure. That type of celestial dragon will not get redeemed. But I could see some of them who are like Doflamingo's dad get, if there are any like that, you know.
Yeah, or that guy who helped, some of the slaves.
Oh, that he made, but but he had to see the evil ways for him to get redeemed. So that's why it's like, are there any up there that are thinking? I don't know. It'll be interesting to see, like, if that's the case.
We did get that one lady who was hanging out.
Yeah, who's questioned when she heard that stuff. Yeah, she did.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, you're just ignorant to like the rest of the world. So I wouldn't even really blame her, because it's like you're only a product of your environment, you know.
Yeah, but, I mean, it's not like the CDs have a totally unblemished history of the world either. Like they didn't keep all the history where all the celestial dragons.
Yeah, they didn't tell them about the voice entry. They're ignorant. Yeah.
Now I will say, to get back on Bonney a little bit. First of all, great moment, love it. It's exactly. And I'm not saying it was good because it's how I thought it was at all, but it's
it was a good moment.
If it was going to go down, I will say though, this does make me think almost for sure Bonney is absolutely not joining the group. Because I think the only real way that she would is if she was stripped of like everything and she had no other place to go. If she has Kuma, and if Lilith comes in and they all join the Revs, I think they'll join the Revs in part because, listen to what I was just thinking before we started the call. I think there being two Nikas out in the world, even if it's only one that's just for appearances, is an invaluable asset both to the revolutionaries and also to the strats as a whole, because that means that she can pop up anywhere and send up false flags. That's great for uprisings, because then you literally have the spirit of liberation there, even if she dresses up a little bit like Luffy and just does Gear 5 for like a couple minutes during a revolution.
Right.
Boom, she can do that mantle, something Luffy doesn't want. Everything he does is incidental, so he won't do it intentionally, But people will be inspired when they see him. And it also means that the world government has to factor, should I have Luffy over there, or is it fucking Bonney? And either way, we still have to send our forces to go take care of it. But, what's it going to be?
I could definitely see her joining the Revs, for sure.
It would honestly give a boost to the Revs, too. Like, I mean, not only just because, because Sabo's a good symbol, I would say, but that's off the pretense that Sabo literally murdered somebody to do it.
Hey, man, my man Sabo is great. I'm not gonna let you do my man Sabo dirty.
Sabo is great for a very specific type, but he doesn't appeal to all the people of the world. There are people who are more like Kuma, who are pacifistic. The religious aspect cannot be overlooked. She can do that, not unlike the Lisa Nagdeep, things like that nature. And also, for that matter, she can also be a bridge to other races who may not want to get involved with a struggle that they think is human shit,
Sure, yeah.
But because Nika is a sort of universal god, you might be able to get a few more fishmen up in there. You might be able to get at least a couple giants who might be around the world who are just kind of like stragglers.
I can also... Just to give another place where she could go, I could also see Dragon and Ivankov being like, we don't want to tie you into this anymore. I could see her staying on Elbaf type shit. Like living on Elbaf till she gets older, and then maybe they're like, we want you to have somewhat of a childhood until you join this, live on Elbaf, and then when you get older, come back. I could see that playing out as well, type shit.
I would feel that if it weren't for the fact that, and I'm not saying that to just dismiss you, but her and Luffy just did a tag team punch. She doesn't want to stay out of the fight. She is a supernova in her heart, even if she is young.
Sure, but so that could be well and good, but I could still see Dragon, she may want it, but Dragon and Ivankov may say, we don't want you here because of what's happened to your family. She could do it on her own. Yeah, sure. But I could definitely see them being
she probably no. What the Dragon's done in the past 100 years.
I'm not letting you go. That's false. I'm not letting you do that.
I wasn't going to do it to him.
Y'all are crazy. That is false. Y'all definitely don't know what that man been doing. I'm not going to let y'all do that.
You don't know that man.
You know what that man's been doing?
Look, the world, okay, I can say this. I don't, But I know for a
Who
fact.
does?
No, I know for a fact, based on what the world government has said, he's led rebellions all over the world. I can definitely say that. Like, we can't say that. Like, Bonney, a 12-year-old, is gonna do more than fucking Dragon. Y'all a clown.
I didn't completely
Y'all wild.
It is so sad what Egghead has done to me in my respect for Dragon, because I was always with you, Lynn. I respected the need for a destratified revolution. But I don't know.
Just because, see, I think it's because
we got baited so much.
We did get baited. That I'll say that. We definitely got baited. But I feel like fans are like, oh, this man doesn't want to come help Luffy, and we hold that against him. But it's like, he's got to do something. And
it's not about helping Luffy. It's about catching a body on an elder.
You know for a fact that I said that this was the perfect time for him to attack the Celestials. But maybe it's based on what we know, us knowing that they're there. We don't necessarily know that he knew they were there. Also,
he got the call. And he's watching on the television.
He got the call that Vegapunk was gonna die. He didn't know that Saturn was. They did not tell him that Saturn was gonna be there. Vegapunk
he didn't try to recover an asset.
I'm just saying, we don't know that Dragon did not know that Vegapunk was that Saturn and the Gorosei were going there.
Look, let me say this. I will forgive a hefty amount of my late game Dragon slander on two conditions. We only really have two people that I need to know about. First of all, Dragon and the Revolutionaries. If there was something else they were doing while all this is going on, where all the eyes were somewhere else, depending on how big the score was, that's different.
You might find that out.
Second of all, Cross Guild. I kind of want to know what they're up to. And lastly, where the fuck is Lafitte?
That's a good question.
Yep.
That's a good question.
Where is that slippery Frenchman?
That's a good question. Real quickly, I don't think there's anything else with the chapter besides the last portion that we should really discuss. Like, the Sunny's back with the gang, so that means they're probably going straight to Elbaf. I could see this Egghead closing up with the robot and the Gorosei and everything going on Egghead. But I think after this chapter, the Straw Hats are out of here. Like, I feel like
we got a couple wrap-up chapters, but I think this is probably the climax. We'll probably get the robot to pop next chapter.
Robot's dying.
but I think this is the emotional climax of the arc, and we're just literally gonna drop like a literal hammer to be like, and arc done.
Yeah, and also, now. I agree with Jazz. Jazz said this last week. I think when the robot explodes, Punk Records is gone with it. Like, Punk Records is gone.
Back to zero.
Yeah,
there has to be a way for them to have like an equal playing field with the royal government, because if York still has access to that, then like,
not something I necessarily just realized, but also, you know how like way at the start, whenever Vegapunk was like, eventually I want to be able to have everyone have basically telepathy, like the internet.
Have the internet.
Yeah. Well, I think part of the reason he was working on it was, again, he knew he was on borrowed time, and he was like, this is something that the world government couldn't interrupt my broadcast.
He could send the broadcast through Punk Records.
Because he didn't get it done in time, he was like, fuck, I gotta use analog. All right, I gotta give everyone. That's where it had like a 50-minute warm up, because he was like, I gotta wait for everyone to get the damn TVs out, turn into the radio station. When if y'all would just let me put the 5G in your heeds, we'd all know right now.
Right.
Yep.
Just beam it straight into your head.
So they are 100%. Punk Records is 100% gonna be toast after this. All right, let's talk about the final portion. Y'all started off. I can't pause this video. I'm just going to see why Sheila's barking. Y'all started off. I'll come in real quick. I'll be right back.
Wait. Before we do that, can we talk about the fact that when he was talking about the ancient weapons?
I mean, listen, Jazz, whenever Lynn ain't around, we can do whatever the fuck we want.
That's true, man. So look, it's about high time. So look, it is about high time. We really talk about. Actually, we can talk about the last page, and then we'll get back into my point later. But you know what? It's about high time we talk about the importance of paneling in a manga. You know, at the end,
who gets a panel, who don't.
Exactly.
My bad.
Exactly. Everybody at the Paramount War that was important got a panel. All the admirals.
First one wanted to get all that buggy talk out of there. Okay. Yeah, look.
So then why are Mihawk and Crocodile on a side panel, but Buggy is on the main panel?
All right, I'm about to tell you.
Just for Yonko,
I'm going to tell you.
5 of them or whatever.
Obviously, they're not 5 because Crocodile and specifically Mihawk didn't want to be a Yonko because he didn't want that press. Now, let's not act silly. No, that's not why. Let's not act silly.
But you see, everybody's liable for slander on this last page. Because you know who the fuck I don't see? Law or Kid.
But let's not act silly. We know the 4 Yonko would be on this page. Akainu is... I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm giving you an explanation for everybody. Akainu, Fleet Admiral, Dragon, Leader of the Revs, Emu King. I don't know who this fucking silhouette person is, but he must matter. Man marked by flames, I can definitely see that. I saw people saying the Shanks twin theory, so people talking about that. We'll make a separate video. We'll make a separate video after this discussing who we think that person is. Yeah, I saw your brother say that. Not just we also see Kobe, we see Kuzan, we see Garling, and we see Sabo. Those 4, some of them aren't captains or leadership, but Kuzan is tied into this based on if he's undercover for Blackbeard, what he got going on. Kobe, because he's the face of the next generation of the Marines, and with no Garp, he has to be here. Figureling is the leader of the God Knights, and Sabo has the same thing that Kobe has.
Look, before we get into your vicious slander of a Yonko, God rest your soul, listen, is anybody on this page entitled to more free clout than, not the Silhouette Man, Figureling Garland? Fuck that guy. 2 panels, and he gets to come in last quarter like a veteran quarterback.
That shows how strong he is.
Shows how strong he is. Feats show how strong you are. All right.
Look,
this free clout shit, just because you're Shanks' fucking rat ass daddy.
He deserves to be there, brother. Like he's the leader of the God Knights.
What margin?
Because he's the leader of the God Knights.
What are the God Knights? Fuck a God Knight. What?
Dragon said that the Revs' targets are not the Marines. If the Revs have to fight the God Knights, then the leader of the God Knights have to be for the function to take place. They gotta get rid of them Knights.
I don't trust when people talk about organizations in this manga because niggas was talking about the Toby Ropo like they was nice. Let's not do that. Niggas was talking about
some of the Toby Ropo was nice.
Like
all of them weren't nice, but who was nice?
Who of them?
Luffy, Panstay, Warlord.
Who's Ulti?
Oh, he said Ulti? Oh, this nigga here. Black Maria.
Bro, Ulti was boxing with Luffy. Ulti was boxing with Big Mom. And she just didn't stop until she got hit by an advanced Congress attack.
She was the useless kid.
So that means I 4 hitters. Because I count who's who. I definitely count Black Maria was a hitter. Because I'm giving Robin her clout for beating that. I got Ulti. And then I got X-Drake. You know my man versus
Oh my god.
But X-Drake is
There's no way you said X-Drake.
Nah, dude, even if he was nice, which I'm finally saying he's nice, don't give him to Kaido. He was never going to stand on it for Kaido.
Drake, top tier sword member that all them boys had to respect. Kobe, Bruce,
All the boys had to respect.
they had to respect their man X-Drake.
Nah, cause it's the same way. It's the same way you respect your boss at the job, but you don't really respect him for real. That nigga really ain't shit for real.
Dude. Buggy, you want to talk about free? Buggy is the king of free clout. What? Who has that man beat? Who?
He escaped from Impel Down.
Luffy. Free clout.
Nah, because you gotta think about it.
Prison.
You really gotta think about it. Think about what Mihawk said about Luffy and why he was dangerous. He has the ability to bring people on the seas together. Buggy also has that ability.
We do not know.
That is literally true. They are
literally what he do.
He has the ability to lie like Usopp, and niggas believe them lies.
Okay, you know who else lies?
Guess
You
what?
know who
God
else lies?
Usopp plus
Politicians.
Luffy, fucking twirl them together, you get Buggy. That's an unbeatable fucking character.
That's a talker.
That's an unbeatable character.
That's
a maxed out charisma character.
I don't even think he got the Luffy shit. I'm giving him the Usopp shit. That nigga is a Yappuccino. He don't fight nobody. Free clout Buggy. Person just said, I need to see you something to get feet. Where's Buggy's feet? None.
The feats. He survived shit he has no right to.
Who that nigga beat?
Day one.
Nah. You know what defeats is? He survived a slash from the world's strongest man, point blank, that was meant for Luffy.
When?
Marineford.
Let's have no hockey on it, bro. Even best slash will have no hockey on it.
Why did he put some hockey on it? He was sitting there to kill Luffy. Why did he put hockey on it?
He put hockey on it because you want to know why?
Because?
You really want to know the truth? Because we 3 times given order didn't put hockey on the
Exactly.
shield.
So shut up. Then it would have killed Luffy. What is
That man said hockey before he was conceived.
Because he put no hockey on it, Buggy gonna survive all slashes with no hockey.
Buggy's gonna survive all slashes even with hockey as long as they don't fucking touch him. What are we talking about? Lynn, it's not that there's an invisible part of Buggy in between, and if you cut him with hockey, suddenly that becomes a thing. You're running air.
When hockey hits him, Buggy is out instantly, dead, gone. There's a reason why the Captain Buggy is scared of both his first and second lieutenant, because that nigga knows if them niggas really get tired of him, he is dead. Buggy is
And guess what? They know that they can't.
And look, they out of a job and a home.
No. Wait, talk about. It's not that they know they can't. No. It's that they want him there to be their mascot, so they can do their work in the shadow. In his,
I've never heard Buggy hate.
It's not about if they physically can or can't. That's not what I said. If they can't, because they screwed themselves, they got a little too smart, and they put them in a position where now they have to be his second and third. Because they put themselves in that fucking spot.
So
because of his magical power that they don't have. First of all, Mihawk is a loner, drunk uncle who was hanging out on a fucking island. All right?
100% chose that for him to be the face, so the government does not go after them right away. So they're targeting.
They're already going after them though. Because the warlords are disbanded
right now. And see, the thing is, the fact that Buggy is a Yonko, and we've already heard the Marines say we gotta get clearance to go after Yonkos and Yonko crews, that automatically puts them in interprotection. That is protection. Unless the government says we're going after the Yonko Buggy, they're not going after Mihawk or Crocodile. That's not happening right now. And y'all know that.
Lynn, the last time Crocodile tried to run an organization like Baroque Works, he got folded by a newcomer right out the fucking gate.
Has nothing to do with nothing.
Yes, it does. My point is that...
Wait, I'm trying to your point.
Let me get my bad.
Buggy is better at interpersonal relationships with his crew and customer service with his buyers. He understands supply and demand better than the genius Crocodile. He got more notoriety and clout in like 2 years than Crocodile did as a whole fucking warlord doing a whole operation with a casino, a business that literally prints money.
Okay,
and having control over rain in a desert.
All right, can I respond? All right, so I'm going to give you Buggy knows how to handle his people better.
By the way, this all started because I said Figureland got free clout. Just to let you know, we could have stayed on the fact that Figureland.
But
Buggy got free clout too. But also, I agree with you that Buggy knows how to handle his people better. But let's not act like Buggy, while being a warlord, had all that money and lost it. His business started to fail, and he got in debt to Crocodile. Let's not act like his business and his supply and demand knowledge, he became a fraud because his ass spent too much because he's a fucking addict to fucking spending money.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think a new-coming rookie out of the East Blue could have took down Buggy's operation by himself?
I mean, didn't we see that happen? Didn't we see that happen? No. Luffy didn't take them out.
I'm talking about now that he's a Yonko.
Oh, well, look, I don't know. Well, now, okay, so now it can't happen because he got Mihawk and Crocodile. If you take Mihawk and Crocodile out of there, his ass getting whooped. His ass getting whooped.
To be fair, before Mihawk and Crocodile came in, Mihawk did trick a whole bunch of level 6 and above impel down prisoners. Yes, don't get me wrong. In the grand scheme of the world, that's not a lot. I'm not saying it is. But Buggy was insulated as a warlord before Mihawk and Crocodile.
Sure. But I still think
Mihawk and Crocodile after the warlords.
I still think if somebody was strong enough, I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna give you the amount of strength. Minimal observation hockey. Minimal.
No one from East Blue as a rookie knows.
Oh, all right. Well, then look, give me the Straw Hats again.
Have it, they did.
Give me the Straw Hats again. Full crew that took out Arlo. They fucking bugging them up. They fucking them niggas up.
I don't know, because level 6 Metal Predators are all stronger than.
What are you talking about? Look, I ain't seen. All right,
I thought they were all as strong as Arlong or something.
So look,
Arlong got like level 3, I think, dude.
Oh no, I thought Arlong was like at least 4, something like that, 5. But I digress. I'm not talking about the prison. I'll give you that. We still ain't seen.
That's true.
We haven't seen them do anything. So right now I'm going off of the people I know, which is Galdino's punk ass. We got Vita's bitch ass. You gave him that work.
I'll remind you, gave him that work.
He did. And that's in the line. Buggy's ass is weak. Cloud King. But I digress. I'm awful. Because everybody who knows the truth, knows that Buggy is just a clout man, and Mihawk and Crocodile are the muscle behind the pitch.
Hold on.
What is the muscle without the charisma? What is
hold on.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'll tell you what I don't know, but I'll tell you what the charisma is without the muscle in jail. The Marine is jail.
Even my Mihawk cylinder ain't this bad. Now you really do not like Buggy.
Buggy is
saying there's a reason Bobby Roger was in the
fake ass nigga, man. God, but you know who real? That man all the way to the right of that picture. Oh, that's my glorious.
Nah, because that nigga drinking to avoid his guilt.
Yeah, he got that from his fucking daddy too. He got that from Silver's Rayleigh. That fucking degenerate.
Because he got guilt, he's drinking because he misses dad. That means
he's drinking to shake off the fucking shakes. All right.
Don't call my man an addict. He drinking because he's sad.
He needs to take a little bit of the edge off.
Right?
It's sad. He's going through something.
He the fuck mentioned Roger, and that man said, I got to drink, I miss my daddy.
You know the real reason why that man drinking? He know he about to die, because he about to pull up on Blackbeard.
Hey, and real shit, where's Blackbeard at? Not at Pirate Island. Where the fuck is Blackbeard right now?
Hey, look, and the Red Force is moving, so you know that they probably on the move to go to Blackbeard.
It's coming soon. I don't know when.
Man, I just want to say something. You talk about clout like it doesn't matter. Like the whole reason why bounties exist is to let people know everybody's clout numbers. But let me just read you a little excerpt for something.
Bounties are basically followers on Instagram.
Yeah, hold on.
About a bounty that we know has not to do with power, that we know is based upon the government's belief of who you are, the lies.
Listen,
if Buggy was on IG, it's like if Buggy was on IG, he'd be the creator that lies to niggas, faking skits, showing fake money, and niggas would believe, oh, Buggy a millionaire. This nigga got the money spread.
Let me just say, Len, let me read you a quick excerpt. It's really short.
This means Buggy shit after this. This is it.
Listen.
Fraud.
This is just a real quick snippet that I think is relevant to the discussion. Wealth, fame, power, the man who had everything in this world, the Pirate King, Gold D. Roger, the great treasure left behind in One Piece has opened the curtain on a grand era.
Oh, yeah.
Wealth, fame, power.
But you don't have the third.
It doesn't matter.
It's got you bums. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. No, the two bums got the power. And that's my whole point. Without the
him, then he's got the power.
No.
Like,
they defend.
Do you realize, if
I told you why
they would his head, they would still have to step in and save his ass. Why
they would have to make that decision. They would have to make that decision. They could choose to, or they could choose not to. It depends on
if Buggy dies, then one of them. If Buggy dies, then one of them becomes the Yonko, and then they basically get into the place that they didn't want to be.
Yeah,
so they gotta save him.
But see, it depends on if they're ready to leave. Because like Crocodile said, we're going to keep him around as long as we need to. And then if we don't want to, he's out of here. It's done. So
that's crazy.
Buggy was sitting on the Pirate King's throne before that happened.
The craziest part about this...
He ain't sitting there. Fuck no.
Damn.
I do. I said it before, but I do unironically think that it's very possible Luffy will be acknowledged as the king of the pirates, or Luffy will know in his heart he was the king of the pirates. But I think Buggy will be the one who will like get all the credit at the end, and he will be chased to the ends of the earth by the
I will be pissed if that.
you do it for a joke, you know.
And that would make me so like no. I accept all your jokes, but that's too far. That is too far. The Pirate King is a respected, as of now, it's a respected position. If Buggy gets that, it's no longer respected.
But the thing is, Luffy's even said he doesn't actually even care about the title. He wants it, but it's a stepping stone to something else. But he doesn't care. I don't think he cares if he even keeps it. He wanted to have it. But once he has it, I don't think he cares about keeping it.
But is it something to get him to his next destination?
Yeah, to your point. I mean, to your point, Lynn, it would literally be the same thing as the Cross Guild are doing now, where he's like, oh, that idiot Buggy is like being called the king of the pirates? Okay, so no one's going to be on my dick anymore? Okay, I can go where the fuck I want? Okay.
God.
If everybody important knows that I'm the guy.
Yeah, so it would be like the only way for Luffy to move. It would be the only way for Luffy to move like freely after.
Hell no! No, the fact that he is the Pirate King allows him to move how he wants because no one's gonna. You want to know why? Because no one's gonna come after him. Yeah, but Luffy,
I thought niggas are still chasing after Roger.
They'll chase after him, but he'll be able to handle it because he's strong.
It's not that I don't think he'll ever not be able to handle it. Like
Jazz is not strong enough.
But you gotta think about it with the title of the King of the Pirates. It doesn't matter if you're strong or not. Like they're gonna endlessly hunt you.
And they
no matter what.
Gonna kill him. And they gonna kill him.
I don't even think they would because his Dofre's just 2 hacks.
Oh, there we go. Back to the good pirates.
Yeah, like Blackbeard.
That's why I'm about to fight against him. I think it's coming. It's going to probably happen in the Elbaf arc. Let me ask y'all, do we think Luffy and the gang, since they're going to Elbaf, do we think we meet Shanks finally here before he fights Blackbeard? Because there's 2 trains of thought.
Like on the way?
I don't think so.
But there's 2 trains. The 2 trains of thoughts is Luffy meets Shanks before they fight Blackbeard, or Luffy doesn't get a chance to meet Shanks because Blackbeard kills him.
I think he will meet Shanks. I don't think the Blackbeard fight necessarily has anything to do with it.
Okay.
Or if it does, I don't think Shanks is fighting Blackbeard yet then. But I don't think he's meeting Shanks because they pulled off.
Okay. Jazz, how you feeling? What do you feel that he's about to meet Shanks Elbaf? Do you feel that he meets Shanks after Elbaf? Same question I asked the person to you.
The thing that's always confused me about this is because like I know Luffy needs to meet him before, because I always feel like they should have an interaction with the whole
before he died.
Yeah, because I feel like if you face someone like Blackbeard is somebody who literally is going to win against everybody until he faces Luffy. And even when he faces Luffy, he's going to win a couple times, and then Luffy's going to be the MC and win eventually. But
that's a good. I don't know. That's a good point. I think we can make a separate video about that. Does Luffy the same thing that happened to Kaido with Kaido? Does that happen with Blackbeard? I don't know if Luffy's losing as many times as we might think to Blackbeard. Like it may be once, if even. Like, because you got to think Luffy's at a point now to where it's like, does he need to lose?
Well, that all depends on what Blackbeard's whole initial plan is. I feel like Blackbeard's like the final villain though. Like I feel like he's
that also depends on if you feel about Ian. Yeah, I was about to say it depends on how you feel about Ian.
Well, don't get me wrong, Blackbeard should be the final villain, but then it kind of is awkward because then like is Ian going to get taken out first, which I'm fine with, but like that's awkward.
I always feel like Blackbeard gets taken out before they find the One Piece. Like I feel like it's the you go to Laugh Tale type shit, the Blackbeard fight over the One Piece, and then once that happens, it's like, all right, now it's time to deal with Ian because we know what's going on. Because you got to think, they have to...
always said that once the One Piece happens, the story wraps up quickly after that. But I mean, it's Oda, and that could change.
Yeah, I think it's ass fibbing. Because you got to remember, like Vegapunk says, you have to find the One Piece to understand what's going on. And even Rayleigh said, y'all will come to a different decision than us. So I feel like they have to find it before they fight Ian.
But I think that also goes into a discussion of, like, when is Luffy finally going to acknowledge the Red? The same thing with Shanks is the same thing with when is Luffy finally going to interact with the Red subplot? And the answer is I don't.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not saying that those two are tied, but they're in the same sphere of, like, both of that is in-game content. I don't know when the fuck movie's gonna decide to do that.
True.
You know, because it really could have been whenever. The same thing with Shanks versus Blackbeard. Shanks is the best person to go up against Blackbeard, but we also, and I'm not saying this is slander Shanks for once, but we also know that Shanks, like Blackbeard, could throw hands before he even had a double fruit, and I'm not saying he's still like that, but like it's been shown already that they did scrap. It was kind of like it was obviously a draw. Only one last.
It was when they were younger. I'm gonna give Shanks some stuff.
Well, it
might have been pre-hockey Shanks. Might have been pre-hockey King Shanks.
Wait, that actually reminds me. Did Shanks had the scar all the way back in the day, right?
Yeah, he had the scar when we first met him.
I'm just making sure.
Yeah. Okay, no. Yeah. I didn't mean I just talk loud. Yeah,
I know.
He definitely had the scar before when we first met him.
pre lost arm, and obviously pre meeting Luffy, but obviously post post.
I'd say probably pre when he started wearing the cape, because he was just like wearing a white shirt.
Yeah,
like,
true.
But,
maybe like
it's pre all that. It might be honestly when he first meets Yasa type shit. That era.
I don't know. Let me say this: if Shanks were to, I think it's possible that if anything, Blackbeard might do him like how he did Kid, because I mean, not like to our knowledge, doesn't like Shanks screw as he different. Steel definitely Shanks doesn't.
Well, you saying Blackbeard gonna beat Shanks like Shanks beat Kid?
Not in the same. Like I don't think it would be a blitz. But I'm talking about if he were to lose, I don't think Shanks would die. I think he would basically take. I think he would take Shanks out of contention for Pirate King, and then Shanks would have to come back, talk to Luffy, and be like, "I tried. I left a scar on him or whatever, or I fucked him up good, but he fucked my crew."
See, I want his ass to die. Like if Shanks loses on Blackbeard, I want him to go.
Yeah, but I don't want him to die before he talks to Luffy, because I just
I agree. And see, that's why I think he has to talk before. But we'll see.
Right now, it's still awkward.
All right, we talked about those two. We talked about Buggy. We talked about Garland versing him with the. Hey, that's a good take. I'm gonna clip that. That man got free clout.
That's crazy. He gives him free clout just for.
I'm serious. He has way more free clout to me than the silhouette, because we don't know the silhouette.
Yeah, we don't know who the
silhouette.
silhouette
We know for a fact that Garling is just a dude who's been hanging out.
Yeah.
The most feats we get from Garling is that he cut down slaves.
Like, yeah, he hunted children like rabbits. Damn, crazy.
Yeah. Like, wow, great feats, I guess. I don't know.
Damn. It's like whenever they chain up a lion on an island, and you're like, I killed this lion. It's like, yeah, the Mount Hirsch lion that was left there for 3 days. Waiting
I guess
to come shoot
the
it.
only other person I want to ask y'all about, and then if y'all have anybody, we can do it, and then we'll end up. Is Sabo fighting Akainu?
At this point, I really couldn't even tell you. Like,
I mean,
just what y'all think. Like, we're just theorizing now, because these are the final people. Because I saw people on TikTok being like, "Oh yeah, this tells you who the matchups are." It's like, no, this does not. Like, no, absolutely not.
I think Oda purposely jumbled this shit up.
Yeah,
so where you couldn't do that.
It's like, okay, these are the final players.
Yeah,
but it doesn't
like why the fuck would Dragon fight Kuzan?
Exactly. Like Garland's not fighting the Exactly.
Yeah, Garland versus the silhouette. This is almost a perfect way to make no fucking sense.
Exactly.
It would be hilarious, but no.
But yeah, that's why I'm asking. Do y'all think this is a meat question? Do y'all think Sabo's fighting Akainu type shit?
I think it might be part of it. Like I don't hate the idea of Sabo and Luffy getting a get back.
Okay, see, you want Luffy in there.
Well, mostly because I don't know how many fights Luffy can be the one guy doing it. Like Akainu, Blackbeard, and maybe Eam. That's 3 of our final bosses.
See, that's why
that's Luffy to get. That's a lot of story for one dude.
And that's why I'm saying, like, I'd be okay if Sabo had it by himself, because like Luffy has to. We know he has to take Blackbeard. Eam could be a 2-person crew situation. Like, it could be him and his dad. It could be him and his dad in Garp. It could be him and the Straw Hats. Exactly. It might not even be a fight. Like, we don't know. So that's why it's like, okay, we know Luffy and the Straw Hats will have to deal with the Gorgoroth and Eam. But like, Akainu's still there. I could see Sabo taking him by himself.
I think it depends on if Luffy is there and if Luffy wants to scrap.
Also, it could be Kuzan versus Akainu too. Like, Kuzan could take him on himself.
Yeah, Luffy just kind of gets a hit in on Akainu and then kind of moves because Sabo takes over. Like, I feel like there has to be an interaction with Luffy and Akainu, like at least a violent one, at least for like a while, because there's too much of a. Because even though
Like
I'm still a fan of the idea of Garp getting in on it, but that's me.
See,
my
thing is
like,
just like
Sabo has no connection to Akainu other than the fact that people told him that he killed his brother. Until that happened, we didn't even know Sabo was alive. So I mean, yes,
but
they have like a fight set up with his fruit, but I just
certainly
don't think
more personal for Luffy.
It is because Luffy was there, but I'll say this:
and Sabo's actually met fucking Ian.
If we believe in inherited will, the fact that Sabo got that fruit, he inherited Ace's will, and like.
But if anything, I think he's inherited Dragon's will more, and Dragon is more about. I don't even give a fuck about the admirals.
Well, sure.
Take out the king.
Sure, and I do think he will be part, but like. If Akainu is fighting for the world government, then defeating Akainu plays into that with Dragon. It's like all of them have to go. I'm just playing devil's advocate because I know a lot of people. It's not just y'all. I know a lot of people want Luffy to fight Akainu.
Yeah, and let me just say,
I'm just it might not happen.
I also think it'd be funny to have the most serious, like, stick up his ass character have to deal with Gear 5, at least for a little bit. That might even be how it starts. Gear 5 Luffy, like, playing with him or whatever, and, like, fucking him up, a little bit of a blow, and then Sabo's like, all right, like, not literally saying this, but basically what it being like, okay, cool, we had the funniness, Sabo, get in here and have a real fire-to-fire fight, and make this shit kind of serious. Luffy, go to the next stage.
It's like, I'm at the point where it's like, man, leave that donut. It happened. Fuck that donut, nigga, man. Hey, Luffy, you got better things to worry about. Now, Sabo, my brother, get the blue fire, be hotter than magma, and burn this nigga up. But I also presented another one. Could it just be, and see, because I'm at the point where I don't care if Luffy fights Akainu. To me, it's more important Blackbeard and then whatever with the Gorosei and Ian. Is it possible that Kuzan fights Akainu? Like, I think that's possible too.
Like that's usually in almost all in-game fights. Any matchup's kind of impossible if you split.
To your point,
and I'm fine with almost any of them. But we need to know more about what people's thoughts are. And two, I'll say this: the one thing is, I want more not 1v1s. And I know people don't like it because of power scaling. I loved the Oars fight. We haven't really had it again. I had my hearts and dreams hoping that whenever Luffy's heart popped and then Kaido busted through, I'd hope the Straw Hats would at least have to buy time for Luffy to recover, and that didn't really happen. I want the crew to fight more as a crew, not because they know Luffy can't handle it, but because they want to help their captain. And I have a little segue for this for a very small arc segment if we want for this. But I don't know. I don't care so much about 1v1s. I don't care about who's stronger than who. I like good fights, but I like what it means for the characters in the fights more. And I think there's so many people now who matter so much to so many people. Having just talks about 1v1s isn't going to feel satisfying. And to be honest with you, I think it would probably be terrible pacing wise. If
not everyone gets a 1v1. Not everybody will. But like, I think to your point about characterization, I think it helps. I think that for Kuzan in particular, like a Akainu fight would be great for it. But we also have to learn more about Kuzan's stance on things, Akainu, how he feels about this. But
honestly, Kobe.
I can see it. Hey, I'm not mad at you either.
Well, I mean, Kobe might have to fight Kuzan because it's former apprentice.
Hey, look, Kobe versus Kuzan, I'm not mad at. Kobe versus Akainu, I'm not mad at. There's like a lot of people could fight on this list with each other. And to your point about Sabo, and this is me defending the Kobe or Kuzan versus Akainu. Like you said, Sabo is with Dragon. If he's his right hand, they got to worry about Emeth the Gorosei and the God Knight. So I could see Sabo not fighting with Akainu as well. Like, I
do kind of want Dragon to figure in just because of the old heads.
True,
but give Sabo someone.
But yeah, like Sabo could be with the Gorosei, it could be it could be some of the God Knights, and I could see Luffy in that, and then maybe the Marines are taking care of themselves because the Marines don't know what to do right now because it's like, do we help this government? And maybe that's where Sword comes in, Sword versus the Marines.
Yeah, and to that point, I also, and I will say this unironically, I'm not saying this because I think he's a good guy. I think it's because he's kind of a selfish and arrogant guy. I don't even know if Akainu, once he finds out more about the demon mode shit, if he's even going to grow up with it. Yeah. Because Akainu has no respect for the Social Dragons, and I don't think he wants that. He wants to be the guy at the top, but he doesn't even want to be a CD. He's just like, no, we're not doing this world government shit. We're not doing the Social Dragons. We are the Marines, and that is the whole thing.
And see that point right there. So that right there is why I could see it being Sword versus the Marines, because and like some of the Marines defecting the Sword, because it's like, we can't rock with these celestial dragons, Akainu. We can't rock with these demon eames. Like, and when they find out, they're like, no, and Akainu's like, no, we represent the world government. And it's like the Marines and the rest of the Cypher Pole versus Sword and the defected Marines. I could totally see the pirates not even fighting the Marines and having Marine infighting. I could totally see that happening.
Ain't some red action.
But and sure.
I can see the pirates being pirate on pirate lands as well.
Exactly, man. Like that's kind of with this like from what I'm seeing and what we discussed, I can kind of see that happening.
But that just gets. Sorry, I know you really want to test about it. Just last thing, I just see that being so fucking messy on the two different tracks of like, okay, but they do still need to eclipse at some point, and how and why will they do that? Like,
and that could be good though. Like that.
Like a lot of these folks, I assume we all understand the final battle will be at Raftail, but like, what do a lot of these fucking people even gotta go to Raftail for? Vice versa. Once that's done, what do the fucking pirates, unless there's a big revelation, one final one, what do half the cast even need to even go to Mary Joas for?
I was about to say, it might not even be a Raftail. It might be the Red Line, like Mary Jo, like Saba Odie area.
Unless, of course, there is the theory where they're basically on top of each other, which I don't hate. Like, I'm fine with it. But it is a little messy. But I think that's probably the only way to neatly make these two things work together is by literally stacking them on top of each other.
And see, that's why I think the Blackbeard last thing, we'll see, because that's a separate video. But like, I definitely could see people going there. Jazz, anything you got before we finish this up? Because it's been a lot of me versus back and forth.
All I'm gonna say is if your nigga ain't on this panel, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. For real.
Hey, look, that's Zoro niggas, Sanji niggas, Miho, all y'all niggas gotta shut up. That's fair. My Glorious King is on here, so I can talk.
Hey, all I'm saying is we look in the top 10 right now. We looking at top 10 right now. I mean, there's 12 niggas on here.
Dude, it's top 12. It's top 12.
It's not true. I'm not letting you do that because I'm a Sanji fan and a Zoro fan, and I think both the niggas strong. I think both.
Top 12.
Like I think Zoro, Sanji, Strode, and Kubi. I'm there. My sideboard is kicking that honesty shit out of here.
I don't.
Look, as much as I love Sanji, he don't have a feat like that. He don't.
Stop.
This is the one time I will come to Kobe's defense. He do not have a feat like that.
Also, I think it's
I gotta come to Kobe's defense.
I think just because you destroy a rock and that type of like Zoro and Sanji were defeating.
Whoa, you are being disingenuous. That was not a rock. That was a whole island. See, look, they got him.
Hello, everybody. Welcome in to the One Piece manga review. Look, so if you're tuning in, the episode was just about over, and I got screen sniped and froze. Now I'm just playing. My internet went out at the time of recording, so that's why I'm here right now. But you guys got the full episode, so without further ado, let's get to everybody's socials. Let's start off with our guy, Verson. You can follow Verson at Verson the Vassal, VERSENTHEWASSAL. Excuse me. Verson the Vassal. Be sure to follow him and check out everything he's doing in the community with elections right around the corner. Verson is definitely going to be someone that's super impactful, especially to the Louisiana area for things that are going on. So make sure you follow him at Verson the Vassal. And then on Instagram, I don't really follow. Like Instagram, bro, I don't really be using like that, but I do have his Instagram. You can follow him at his name, at Joshua underscore Trosclair, JOSHUA_TROSCLAIR. Now for the brother Jazz, you can follow Jazz on Instagram, since I'm right here, at JazzyBoy, JAZXYBOI. On Twitter, you can follow him at Real Jazzy Boy, same spelling, and on TikTok, Cornell D God. Of course, follow your boy at LynBWT, LYNBWT. And then you can follow the Bros Who Think at Bros Who think for all updated info and everything. Since we're on break, we will be giving you a One Piece theory vid, as well as should be a My Hero vid. If not, it'll be another anime. And then Anime Talk is back. Jazz and I will be back this week. So should be we're recording tomorrow. So by the time you guys hear this, we're recording on Thursday. Should be out late Thursday night, early Friday. So with all that being said, we hope you have a good one. Until next time, peace.